I'm late. I'm late for a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late.
Beyond the Looking Glass, Part 1, The Descent into Wonderland. Welcome, travelers of the infinite. You stand at the threshold of a story that is far more than a child's fantasy. Alice in Wonderland is an encoded journey, a metaphysical map of the soul's descent into the unknown and the inevitable confrontation with the very nature of reality itself. This is not a tale of whimsy. It is a guide to unlocking the doors of perception, a mirror to the fractal nature of consciousness and existence, the quantum mirror of self. We begin at the mirror. What is a mirror but an object that reflects back only what we project into it? But in the metaphysical sense, it is far more. The looking glass is the boundary between the world of the known and the world of infinite potential. When Alice steps through, she does not merely enter a different world. She collapses her limited perception of reality and steps into a realm governed by entirely different laws, laws of consciousness and quantum mechanics. In many esoteric traditions, the mirror is the symbol of self-knowledge. But the key here is that when Alice steps through the glass, she does not just reflect upon herself, she enters the realm of the archetypal mind. She penetrates the boundary between conscious awareness and the collective unconscious. Jung referred to this as the anima mundi, the world soul. What Alice finds beyond is not just Wonderland, it is the structure of reality itself, hidden beneath the veils of perception. In quantum terms, the looking glass symbolizes the observer effect. Reality, as we know it, collapses into form the moment we observe it. The glass is a representation of the divide between the multiverse of potential outcomes and the crystallized reality that we perceive when consciousness acts upon it. As Alice steps through, she is leaving behind the deterministic Newtonian world and entering the fluid, probabilistic world of quantum mechanics, where anything and everything is possible. The deeper question is, what does this say about our reality? When we look into the mirror of life, how often do we mistake the reflection for the truth? How often do we fail to step beyond the glass, believing the image we see is all that there is? The looking glass dares us to shatter the illusion and enter the unknown. The divine madness of time. Now we come to the Mad Hatter, a seemingly eccentric figure lost in endless tea parties and riddles. But to those with eyes to see, he is a profound metaphor for the nature of time, madness, and the cyclic nature of existence. He is not simply a madman, but rather an individual who has stepped outside the linear flow of time. In his world, time has stopped. But ask yourself, what does that really mean? Esoterically, the hatter represents the figure of the holy fool, the one who transcends the normal limits of perception. He is not insane in the conventional sense. Rather, he has liberated himself from the mental constructs that bind most people to a linear, predictable existence. The Hatter's madness is the madness of one who sees beyond the veil, who understands that time itself is an illusion, a construct imposed upon the infinite now. Time in Wonderland does not progress. It circles back upon itself in an eternal loop, reflecting the deeper truth of cyclical time or sacred time. This is the time of myths, of cosmic cycles, of eternal recurrence, as Nietzsche spoke of it. The tea party is not just a social gathering, it is a symbolic ritual, a moment out of time in which the hatter plays the role of the cosmic trickster, urging us to question our understanding of reality. From the perspective of deep metaphysics, the hatter shows us that madness in this context is not a lack of reason, but an overflow of insight. It is the breaking down of the mind's conditioning, a return to the primordial state where all possibilities exist simultaneously. This is the essence of quantum uncertainty. In a universe where time is fluid, where all moments exist at once, what does it mean to be sane? What does it mean to be mad? The Hatter poses this question without giving an answer, because the answer is a paradox. Only by embracing madness, by stepping outside of time, can we glimpse the divine, the abyss, and the quest for knowledge. Ah, the rabbit hole, perhaps the most iconic symbol of this entire journey. But what is it? A simple entrance into a fantasy world? No. The rabbit hole is a chasm. It is the void, the abyss into which all seekers of truth must descend. In occult traditions, this is the leap of faith, the initiation into the mysteries of existence. The fall down the rabbit hole represents the descent into the underworld, into the depths of the subconscious, where all the hidden aspects of the self reside. In Kabbalistic terms, the rabbit hole is the abyss that separates the world of form, asaya, from the world of emanation, atzluf. It is the gap between the known and the unknowable. In psychological terms, it represents the confrontation with the shadow, the parts of ourselves that we suppress or deny. But here's the crucial point. Alice does not fear the descent. She follows the rabbit willingly, driven by curiosity and a deep inner knowing that the truth lies beyond. This is the path of the adept. To seek knowledge is to willingly cast oneself into the void, to confront the chaos and the darkness within. It is the journey of the mystic, the philosopher, the initiate. The rabbit hole is not just a descent into Wonderland. It is the journey into the deep self, into the hidden mechanisms that govern reality. It is the dark night of the soul, where all certainties are stripped away, and what remains is the naked truth of existence. In this sense, Wonderland is a reflection of our inner world, chaotic, unpredictable, and filled with archetypal forces. But the rabbit hole teaches us that the journey into chaos is not to be feared, for it is through chaos that new worlds are born. As the ancient Hermetic axiom states, as above, so below, as within, so without. The rabbit hole mirrors the cosmic process of creation. From chaos, form emerges. From darkness, light is born. In part 2, we will venture further into the deeper mysteries of Wonderland, exploring the archetypal forces represented by the Cheshire Cat and the Queen of Hearts. These figures are not merely characters, they are reflections of cosmic principles. The cat is the guardian of ambiguity, of paradox, and the queen, the embodiment of egoic will and dominion. But more on that in the next episode. For now, ponder this. Have you truly stepped through the looking glass? Have you dared to descend into your own rabbit hole, confronting the paradoxes and illusions of reality? The journey has only just begun, and the deeper we go, the more we will uncover. Until next time we speak, take care.